This is Tokyo-ish Podcast, and you can catch my erotic exotic show once a week on all platforms wherever you stream your podcasts. Now tune in to me, Tatiana, asking the adult stars and playmates all the hard questions. Ever wonder what a stripper does at the grocery store? Well, come find out on Tokyo-ish Podcast. That's Tokyo ISHH, if you dare. Toodles.
Age of Radio.
All right. Well, I'm really excited. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Roberts. It's an honor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously we're here to pitch you to pitch you a movie. Worthy of your talent. What was that?
I just said I'll do it. I'll do it.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I can explain a little bit about the part.
I'll do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a Christmas movie.
Cool. I'll do it.
It's got karate in it. It's a.
I will do it.
You know what? I can't do this. I can't look at you in the eyes. It's not a very good movie, Eric.
Did you see the one where I was a cat? I will do it. I will not refuse work. Nick Cage told me I should, maybe pick and choose, but I'm not. I will do it. Give me the script.
Eric, it's barely a movie.
That's fine, as long as I can record my part on my phone, I'm cool.
There we go. You can't. No, and you certainly can't talk into your phone microphone in the bathroom. I'm sorry, that's just out of the question. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Roberts.
No. Hey, no, I think I can handle it. Can I do video in my kitchen?
Yes.
I'll do it.
You drive a hard bargain, Eric Roberts. Here's your sandwich.
Thanks. Oh yeah. Mustard and mayonnaise. Oh, there wasn't even a bite taken out of it this time. Oh, my profile must be rising on IMDb.
You know when I pick a movie, that's when I'm under pressure now. The question always comes back to me, what were they thinking now? Whoa, what were they thinking? What were they thinking?
Welcome. Joyeux Noel, Feliz Navidad, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, all the other seasonal holidays that are celebrated this time to you. Welcome to What Were They Thinking, a podcast about bad to questionable movies, and boy howdy, does this week's have it in spades. I am, of course, your host, Nathan, and we are fully festival this week, or with the Karate Christmas Miracle, and I cannot discuss this on my own. With me, as always, is the Martin Kove to my Eric Roberts. Brendan, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, and I'm glad you made it clear to the audience that me being the Martin Kove to your Eric Roberts means it's clear that none of us knows what we're doing here.
Right, we're not in the same scenes together.
We're not essential to the plot.
None of the shit we say makes any sense whatsoever.
We're often shot in soft focus.
This really does actually encapsulate. If we had a video for the podcast, they would see that we were shot in that that Judge Judy light.
Yes,
with the Vaseline on the lens.
When you said that, I thought I like Judge Judith light.
No, Judge, man, oh boy, howdy, was that a missed opportunity,
right?
Eh? Anyhow, no, and like I said, today we're talking about the Karate Christmas Miracle, but we all know we have someone who likes to sneak in at Christmas time.
Oh! No, get out of here, Santa Claus!
No, get the fuck out of here, Kris Kringle. No, we are talking about the lady with the schlong as long as 8 tiny reindeer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mariah.
Hi, Merry Christmas. What's up, everyone? It's Christmas, and I'm here.
Deer energy.
And it's her new character she's trying out. It just describes what day it is and where she is on that day.
It's a Thursday, I think, and it's I'm covered with blankets.
We can actually, I want to just say, I mean, we're actually recording on American Thanksgiving today.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Well, this is not going to air on American Thanksgiving.
I know. Can you turn the volume up? I can't hear.
But yeah, not Thanksgiving now, Thanksgiving in the past, and Merry Christmas to coming up, I think. Not sure. Brendan makes me record these things in July, really, and I'm sweating my balls off here, people.
It's actually April of 2019 when we're recording this episode.
Yep. We were quite prophetic about the whole pandemic thing. Sorry we couldn't warn you earlier.
It's kind of like that. It's just like Thanksgiving past. You know, like the three ghosts. Thanksgiving present.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
She's talking about, you know, a Christmas Carol, but with a Thanksgiving twist.
Thank you.
So just a Christmas Carol, but it's just called a Thanksgiving Carol?
I guess, yeah.
Nothing else has changed.
No, I mean, but I suppose you would change the ghosts. I mean, one of them could be like the ghost of
Colonel Sanders.
Of appetizers past, and then the ghost of main course present, and the ghost of dessert future.
The ghost of post dinner farting now.
Man, I would watch that. That would probably be like a good Hallmark movie.
But you know what isn't a good Hallmark movie? Whatever this shit was.
I don't know, man. It's maybe just a little bit above, a little bit below, rather, a Hallmark movie.
That's what I mean.
This made me fucking hate Christmas. Christmas is canceled this year. I'm just
Holy!
I'd rather watch. What was that one? Surviving Christmas. Saving Christmas.
Save it for the end. Save it for the end.
Sorry.
She's starting out hot here, folks. We've ruined Mariah's Christmas spirit. Well, let's pitter patter. Let's get out of here.
By the way, I just want to say.
that?
I just want to say. By the way, I find it hilarious. She told me that Mariah watches a lot of Christmas movies, and she said, "I can't believe this is the first Christmas movie I'm watching this year."
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's why I go back to Christmas is canceled. No, but it was fine.
Oh,
I've already watched Gremlins and Scrooged, so
yeah,
I'm good on that end.
Gotta see Scrooged this year for the first time.
Oh wow, well yes, you should.
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about a great movie. We're talking about a Karate Christmas Miracle. So, oh my God, get yourself comfy, folks. Do some stretches, because now it's time for the plot.
Please explain this movie to me. It'll be like watching it for the first time.
Okay. Well, it's fairly simple. There's a young lad who has, we think his father's dead, but he's just missing, apparently, because they never found the body. He is convinced, and that's how you start most Christmas movies, he is convinced that if he completes his 12 Days of Christmas list by Christmas, his Christmas wish will be granted, and his father will be returned to him and his mom, who have been living this entire year without him. The mom is kind of sort of playing along with their son's ideas and seeking out the help of a law professor who's also a former psychic, and Roberts and Martin Kove are there. Hilarity ensues. I mean, that's
that's the framework. Yes. I would say that the mom too is one of those movie moms that they're like, oh, how dare she be a working mom with a job?
I'm so busy mom. Coming this fall to CBS,
providing for her family. Good Lord, what was she thinking?
Right?
When I pick a movie.
So dive in, my.
Well, we open with mom, getting dinner ready, and apparently dinner is just salad.
Yes, right.
And I immediately had Neil Breen flashbacks.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I thought too, and it looks so, I don't know, it was just really awkward. It had nothing on it too. It was just literally like just lettuce.
And as she warns her child later, hurry up, your dinner's going to get cold.
And it's because it's already cold because it's salad. But one thing I gotta say, this is on Tubi, so thank God for Tubi, because we were able to sit through commercials.
Yeah, I've never been so happy to get commercial breaks.
Yeah, well, and it's Christmas too.
I
You get
watched
6
it for free on YouTube. It's there on YouTube.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
shit! Well, we did need a break. We need to sit through 6 ads like every time.
It was great.
Although I will say this, it has screwed up my YouTube algorithm. Because
yeah.
now I'm getting all kinds of suggestions from the same, I guess, release, not production company, but distribution company.
Oh.
And they've got all kinds of whacked out looking Christmas movies.
Do they have any Jesus movies?
I don't think they're Jesus movies. I think they're just like, because one of them looked like it was like a naughty elf or something like that. And there was one where they were basically ripping off Elf.
Well,
By the looks of it.
Well, Nathan, I gotta tell you, there is a movie called A Wrestling Christmas Miracle. Just want to put that out there.
Yes, yes, and apparently that's the prequel to this.
It's the same people who made it, but I don't think it's the same characters. And if it is, then I didn't know what I was watching because I've seen that movie.
It's the same dad doing everything, isn't it?
Same actors because it's like a family production company. It's like, by the way, you mentioned Jesus movie. This like flirts delicately with being a Jesus movie.
Yeah, especially when you see like end credits.
Yeah.
They want to thank our creator.
Yeah, well, just some of the lines too, and I was like, okay, this one like almost wants to be that, but it's like, yeah.
I have to say something
we're
too.
cool.
Like this is completely off topic, but of course I'm saying it, so it is. So when I didn't know about this movie, even though Brendan like told me about the plot like about over a year ago.
I found out about it. I think November of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, when Brendan was like, okay, we're gonna watch it, and like the poster on Tubi looks like it's an '80s movie, and I thought that's what I was getting at, an '80s movie, but no, it was a 2020 movie. Was it 2020?
2019, I believe.
A 2019 movie, and I was like, oh, so Neil Breeney, awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on board for this, I guess.
All right.
So Mom's trying to get supper / salad ready, and she's like, where's my kid? Come on, your supper's gonna get cold. It's salad. She goes up to check on him, and he's basically, at first I thought, so her husband was Bob Backlund, because the kid is trying to memorize the presidents.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a real WrestleMania 11 Jonathan Taylor Thomas situation.
Hey.
Yeah. But this is where right away we find out he's trying to get these to-do lists checked off for his 12 days of Christmas, and he says that if he gets these done, Dad'll come back. And you're like, oh, the dad like walked out on them, and then we're treated to kind of a flash where we don't know he was apparently involved in some sort of theater shooting. Christmas.
Yeah, this movie's premise, this children's Christmas movie's premise, is a mass shooting. At a movie
America.
That's what sets it off. Yes, exactly.
Yikes.
Ooh.
So Mom tries to explain him, sweetie, you're an idiot, but that's not a thing that's going to happen. She doesn't say it like that, but this kid's an idiot.
Yep.
And then we kind of find out that Mom is a super busy mom, as we said earlier. She's definitely concerned with her work, and she's in marketing
For applesauce, it sounds like.
Yeah.
She says applesauce more than I cared to hear it.
Yeah.
What? She said applesauce was the new Jello?
Jello, yeah.
Yeah. And they had jalapeno applesauce. I'm like, then it's not applesauce, is it?
It's jalapeno sauce.
Right.
Gross.
What?
I don't know. What are you putting it on? I mean,
It'd be like a salsa.
Well, it's just a dish of jalapeno sauce. It'd be not that great.
well, it's just like you take applesauce. You can put applesauce on like a pork chop. I mean, if you're doing it like that way, I mean, you could put it on lots of stuff. You can put
Listen,
it on a burrito.
I'll just admit my bias right now. I'm not a big applesauce person.
Well, now I'm
so.
horny.
All right. Well, and so what happens next in this movie, Nathan?
We smash cut to Eric Roberts at the theater. So we think, okay, we're gonna see a theater shooting. Like, it's the the whole theater thing, like, I don't get it. And I was like, okay, they're gonna explain this, and they never do.
Never. Although the kid does
Poorly.
go on, the kid does have a lengthy monologue where I think he's trying to explain it, but it makes no fucking sense. But yeah, it's just Eric Roberts on a big screen talking about, like, just bullshit, right?
He's basically just spewing his manifesto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does
Like
look like he's in his kitchen.
Yes.
100%.
And we don't, and this is the only time we see, I don't mean the only time we see him, like, is this one smash cut, but this is the only way we see Eric Roberts in this movie.
How long do you think he filmed his scenes for?
About the same amount of time as he recorded the dialogue for A Talking Cat?
Do you think he did it in the same afternoon?
You know what? Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Next on the list.
He's like Krusty the Clown. He just kind of runs in. It just reads them all, done. Bye. Send me my sandwich.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Eric Roberts talks about nothing.
Yeah. And then I have a note that says clippings, and I don't know why.
Oh, because it has a newspaper, the newspaper clippings?
Oh, yes, because mom finds the newspaper clippings that...
Yeah, because he had a nightmare about, like, a guy... nightmare.
Well, that was
but,
it.
like,
That was the thing. He had the nightmare about Eric Roberts in the theater and stuff like that.
As
He
do
wakes
we
up
all.
screaming.
And the clown guy and, like, a blonde lady.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, because there's a guy in a clown mask, and I think that's Eric Roberts, but it's not.
No, I think it is, because they say that later. They say that clown's name is James Whitmore, and then that turns out to be Eric Roberts' character's name, which, again, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
So, Mom figures, okay, he's found these clippings. This is why he's having the nightmares. I might as well go see a psychic that I once met at a fair who's now teaching law at a community college.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
And she is just... Okay, her lesson plan, I don't know...
Who the fuck would pay to go to college to listen to that? That's all I gotta say. Like, holy shit.
She gives them like a law-based situation that is like Christmas
But sets it
themed.
up Christmassy, yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know, like, listen, I'm not a legal expert, but I have a feeling that the solution that they end up coming up with is probably not the correct one.
So, basically, she's setting this up that you go drinking with Santa and his reindeer, and a bunch of greasers and surfers start a bar brawl, and Santa stops a greaser from hitting you with a whiskey bottle. Should Santa be charged with aggravated assault or simple assault? She said, and this it's not as quickly as explained as I just explained it.
No, it takes 20 minutes.
It's at least 3 hours conservatively. And who offers up the correct answer but our young fella who is trying to complete his 12 days of Christmas, who snuck into her class.
How the fuck did he find it? Like, how did he find that? Like, I don't know. This is crazy.
Yeah, Jesse is the kid's name, and he just shows up, like, awkwardly standing there in the aisle and answers. And
she knew his name. That's important because the professor's like, "You're Jesse, ain't you?"
And then also, I just want to mention the brief moment before she starts talking when she says, let's just say you're all little elves. Oh no, that's not one of them forbidden words, is it? And I'm like, fuck off, movie. Fuck off.
You know what? At least that's as far as they went with it.
I know, but you know what they were hinting at, and it's like, come on.
I mean, it could, like, if Kirk Cameron had been in this movie, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah, totally.
But we might have gotten dubstep Santa Claus.
Oh my
fair.
God.
You know, fair. She doesn't say, "Get the hell out of my class, kid." She greets him and meets him and knows his name is Jesse, and then we cut to the mom having a conference with Professor Psychic, and she's being really cagey about being a former psychic. She's they get into this like protracted conversation about how the Professor Psychic gave Jesse's mom a prediction. Jesse's mom, however, does sort of has it going on. Not as much as Stacy's mom. But still, Jesse's mom, talking to psychic professor, says, hey, you once gave me a psychic reading that I was going to be married and I was going to be in despair because my husband had to go on a long journey. And then the psychic professor gets all like super defensive about that. Like, it's almost like Jesse's mom found out that, she was in witness relocation and exposed her or something. I'm not like that anymore. I don't do that. No, I saw a vision where I was helping kids. So she took a professorship at a community college or university.
Yeah, kids,
exactly.
Also, she reveals later why she left that business, and it just made me laugh really hard. I also got a question: why is the dad's picture clearly just his acting headshot?
Yeah, it's like
there's two separate pictures, and they're both his acting headshot.
It just looks like an inspiration package. That's like
Oh yeah, like a 48-hour film festival
where they give you like certain things, and you have to build your movie around it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was gonna say he got a bunch of glam shots done at the Sears Portrait Studio.
Oh, Sears, rest in peace.
Can we put this on our company credit card? We have like $25 to make this movie. 20 of it went to Eric. 5 of it went to Martin Kove.
So this is when they kind of start speculating that Jesse's dad didn't die in the theater shooting.
Well, like,
but he's just disappeared because his body was never found.
My thing was like, do they not know how mass shootings work? But like, I guess, was it really a mass shooting?
Well, it was because there was EMTs and first responders and everything like that. But for them to say like he was there. But to say, I don't think they would, like, if they didn't find a body, there's no way he's pronounced as dead.
Right.
Not from the insurance standards, anyways. Got to be at least 7. I mean, because there was nothing found.
I still to this point, not sure what happened in that movie theater. I don't know.
And you don't get too much time to think about it because next thing you know, there's a birdhouse and pizza.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't give you too much time to go, oh, hey, wait a second. Because then they just introduce something else that's weird and off-putting. And so the kid has a birdhouse. And he wants to complete it because it's something he did with his dad. He doesn't want to do it with his mom because mom kind of sucks at painting, I guess.
She's horrible at painting, by the way. Like, I think
bad.
that child or younger than that child could probably paint better than her. But why do I have the quote written down? Oh, that's why I'm sensing clowns.
Yeah, because the Professor Psychic has a dream, and that's why she's like, so she's seeing the stuff too, and that's why because I believe she sees the clowns in her nightmares.
Okay.
But again, not a whole lot of time to think about that because we're gonna flash forward to Jesse's quote unquote karate class. This is a goddamn jujitsu class. Okay, yeah. My kid took jujitsu. This is a jujitsu class. This movie should be called a jujitsu karate. Sorry, not karate. Jiu-Jitsu Christmas Miracle.
Yeah.
It looked like a class where people were practicing how to fall, though. Because
that's a lot of what you do in jiu-jitsu is that practice, the fall, the tumble, so that you know how to rebound.
Right, but I mean, some of this looked very bad. Like, there was a scene where they cut to the class and it's all like adults.
Yeah.
And if you notice, like, when they're putting each other on the ground, it's like the most delicate, like, clearly we didn't hire stunt people acting I've ever seen.
Most realistic portrayal of a jiu-jitsu class I've ever seen, though.
No, man. I've seen better portrayals of this. It looked really like stilted.
But that was like a self-defense class. like the other.
Yeah, that's another thing too. That was a self-defense class that they were doing.
Well, later,
there's
there's the
and
ladies'
shit.
self-defense class.
Yeah.
And it's a jiu-jitsu class, and he's getting in his new belt. Okay, cool. But he has this side. I think he's like is he a yellow belt or a green belt at this point?
He's a yellow. Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah.
So his goal is to have his black belt by Christmas.
Oh, but he must have like a few months, maybe a year for that.
No, Christmas is like next week.
Oh shit! Oh, that's doable, right?
That's okay. He's only facing one kid.
It's like 3 days away, I think.
That's true. Mariah makes a good point. He does only have to face one kid over and over again.
Again, still, when my oldest was in jiu-jitsu, I think she got up to her green or yellow belt, and she was in jiu-jitsu for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no way this kid is going from a green belt to a black belt, or from a yellow belt or whatever he was to a black belt by Christmas.
Is it called a bribe?
Yeah, they cut the scene where his mom Abby is just slipping Benjamins to
Here,
the
just
instructor.
give me a fucking belt. I don't give a shit. Whatever, honor schmonor. Just give me a belt.
Yeah, I want my fucking husband back, okay? Remember that mass shooting that he might have got shot at or lectured at, or maybe he saw a horror movie. I don't know.
Look, just give me the belt so I can show my kid that he's not going to get his dad back because he gets the black belt, and I can call him an idiot with a clean conscience.
Yeah, my question is, like, it seems like this is only happening during Christmas. Like, what happened during the rest of the year? Like, where they just like, oh, he's gone. Oh, Christmas is coming. Let's get him back. Like, what?
You know what? He should have started working on that black belt thing back in, like, April or whenever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way he could have at least conceivably gotten there just by challenging the test every month or so. But no.
Then we can have like a new.
He's
like,
going to
cool
jump
scene.
4 ranks in 2 days?
Yeah.
No.
Well, his dad's a real prankster. He wants to his dead / missing dad is a real prankster. He just wants him to show him he can do it, you know?
I guess.
The movie missed a really good opportunity to have.
Oh, did it?
Big,
Did it miss
big,
an
like,
opportunity?
Just the one. Just the one.
Like a few months, of him, just training for his belt, and it'd be like, "You're the best." All right.
They could not afford the rights.
They would not. But yes.
They spent the whole budget on Eric Roberts and Martin Kove. They're not spending on anything else.
Aw. Wax on, wax off. No, nothing.
I think
You're
get
adequate at best.
Okay. So,
We get a marketing call about Santa gravy.
yeah.
What?
That was strange.
Yeah, she just starts talking on her phone about Santa gravy.
Oh, the fuck's sakes! Yep.
Yeah, that whole thing about her, being like I don't find her to be an absentee mom.
No.
But the movie is trying to make her out to be that.
Well,
way.
that's what I
Yeah.
meant earlier, because it's doing that thing that a lot of even better movies than this do is that the parent is working. Oh God, how horrible for that child. They must be the worst. It's like, kid, you want something at Christmas? Well, daddy or mom's gotta work.
Yeah, they're awful for that, aren't they?
Well, fucking, if you want to blame someone, blame capitalism. Am I right? I'd like to do a reading, if I can, from Ayn Rand's book.
Nope, you can't. Nope, don't do it. Not allowed.
Oh, okay. How about Rand Paul's book?
No, you know what? You do all that when you're the one leading the plot. You do it on your episode, and be sure to get get Brent on to be a guest that day.
Yeah, he'll love that.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so not only is mom a super busy mom selling Santa gravy, which sounds kind of gross and a little dirty.
Yeah.
She then gets a call from her dead husband's cell phone.
Right.
That's been okay, but he's been gone for a fucking year. It's and they found the phone in the booth. Has it been alive this whole time?
But that's just it. She gets the call, and then she goes to this diner.
Oh, my
Oh my
favorite
God.
scene in the whole movie.
Oh my God, this fucking scene. So she goes to this diner, and we find out at that night, because I think it's like, it'll be about the 22nd or 23rd of December at this point.
Yeah.
They're giving out meals to the less fortunate.
Yeah.
And she finds out that her husband used to volunteer and do that. What a great guy. He never told me about that. Or maybe I never noticed because I was too darn busy working.
Because she's such an evil, busy working woman.
Right. Then she's like, she asked the guy behind the counter,
Oh my God.
"Are you Jay?"
And
he is such a fucking dick about this whole thing.
can I
Do I look like a letter?
can I just say what
Please
he
do,
says?
Brendan.
Because-
I know you're dying to.
Oh my
Go ahead.
God. So he says, "Jay, do I look like Jay? Do I look like AJ? I don't think I look like a letter or a blue jay. Do I look blue?" And then he goes off and says, he starts talking about the soup kitchen or whatever. And he says, like, "We feed people less fortunate here. We usually do this twice a month, but this month we're doing it 4 times because it's Christmas."
A lot of
There's
detail.
so much information that
And it just aggressively
Yeah.
says all this stuff to this lady who just simply asks, "Are you Jay?"
you Jay?
Which is very often short for James
or Jason
or Jason.
Yeah. And he goes off just like,
Yeah.
and it's so funny because like this isn't even exposition that we need. This is just nothing.
And he goes on for a good while. Like he takes an offhanded joke and twirls it around the dance floor at least 3 times.
And then he says, "Hey, I'm just kidding. Hey, yo, Jay, this chick wants to talk
He's like,
to
Jay's
you."
my best friend.
That's it. Yeah, Jay's my best friend. It's like, what are you, Tommy Wiseau?
that's it. Like it's such a weird thing. Like usually with a joke like this, once you see the person is getting like kind of uncomfortable with the way you're handling it, you're just like, no, I'm just playing. You know, Jay's out back. You can go talk to him. You don't go on about how, do I look like a letter? Am I blue? No. So I was like, my note here was like, dude, calm down, Jay. So then this is where, we find out that Jay found the phone in one of the booths of the diner.
Do you think that the actor that played fake Jay was just like, man, can I just do one of my stand-up bits?
Can I riff? Just let me riff for a while.
I do this bit where somebody asks me if I'm Jay. It's hilarious. You have
Let
to
me
hear
see-
the whole thing.
No, he'd be like, I'm going to try some new material.
Yeah.
And so after we get this kind of exposition about Jesse's dad, we then get a full-on lesson about the colors of the belts that I think Jesse gives it to his babysitter / nanny. Because at one point the mom hires a nanny.
Well, and there's a
who
whole
she
like
used to go to school with.
there's a whole like mix of live action and animated sequence when he's describing the belts.
Oh, right, yeah, because he's saying, like, what they represent. Like, the white is, like, the beginning, the birth, the journey towards knowledge. And then it's, like,
Was this
a
all
yellow
true?
belt. Look it up. I'm not doing that kind of research for this fucking movie. We then cut back to the women's self-defense class that we talked about earlier, where we find out that Jesse's dad was apparently karate savvy and helped teach this woman's self-defense class.
And it was clearly shot the same day as when the nanny went because she's wearing the same shirt. But also, there was like a nice goof that made me laugh. I got Brendan to rewind. It was like they were putting, you could see in the background, they're putting each other in a hold. And then when they cut back, it was like one click, like one millisecond, and she was on the ground. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. It's perfect.
Continuity. Can't afford it.
Why? Well, I mean, why would you want it for this movie?
Yeah,
You don't need it.
I think the idea is to bludgeon you into the Christmas spirit.
Yes.
That's the miracle.
Yeah, so another reveal here, because there's a knife that her husband had, And the other reveal here is that the psychic, Professor Psychic, says that, oh, he didn't use that to defend himself at the theater. He used that to teach this self-defense class a knife to teach.
Which means Bob, that's Jesse's dad, steals office supplies.
right. Who's the real criminal in this
Oh,
movie?
Right?
shit. Maybe he deserved it.
Exactly.
He deserved
Summarily
to.
executed for the theft of office supplies.
Uh-oh.
That was
I'd
Eric-
be long gone.
That was Eric Roberts' big manifesto, actually. It was against those who steal office supplies. It was like, a stapler is just an extension of life. And to steal that is to really steal someone's essence away.
Yeah. So he's teaching the self-defense classes with the knife. The knife was found in the alley at the mass shooting. I think that's where we're at.
A year ago?
If there,
But it
year
happened-
ago.
Oh my God. It's just crazy.
Yes. And then we have Martin Kove enters the picture.
sure.
And so my note here, I think this is the part where I was actually, the cheese was sliding off the cracker for me, because I have my note here, Martin Kove, Eric Roberts, what? And they find out that the theater belonged to Martin Kove, his character, and he was gifting it to his daughter, who, I don't know who wrote this movie, but I feel that the choice of the daughter's name was rather insensitive.
Very
Do you
extremely.
mean because the daughter's name is Aurora? As in the Aurora, Colorado shooting in real life?
In a movie
Yeah.
theater?
In a movie
in a movie theater.
Yeah,
With a clown and a guy with like fucking red hair. He had red hair and like they were watching like the Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight,
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises.
Well,
Yeah.
and in this movie,
Crazy.
there's a clown murderer too. Like, so it's like, yeah, guys, this could not have been a coincidence. And it happened like Dark Knight Rises. I mean, it was a good 4 or 5 years before this movie came out. So
Yes.
it's definitely a really tasteless reference to that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we find out that he was going to gift this theater to his daughter the night that the shooting happened, I think.
I think so.
And it's not super clear because the kid is clearly having LSD dreams.
And then he immediately sits up in bed and explains this whole thing to his mom. And I wrote down, I am even more confused now.
He has like 4 pillows too.
Yeah, and he explains all this to his mom, saying that he has to ramp up his efforts to get his black belt, and in doing so, I will have to remain completely silent till Christmas.
And I said, first smart decision this movie has made.
Then
listen.
he just starts doing sit-ups.
But he's like, Mom, I'm tough. And then he punches the air.
Oh, yeah, he does this awkward thing. I don't know if you noticed, but I rewound it approximately 4 times.
Yeah, you like laugh cried.
I laughed so hard because he's like, I'm tough. And then he does, and nobody can see this, but he does this little arm stretch like, I'm tough. Ugh.
And he punches in the air. Yeah.
But it's so awkward that I didn't know what he was doing. Like, I was like, did he just
It just wasn't natural.
forget he was in a movie for a second?
Maybe I said in the thing like, be brave.
Wait,
like,
are you accusing this movie of having a script?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Oof.
We then cut to drunk psychic professor
Oh, yeah. She's getting
coming this
toasted.
fall on Fox.
But I remember like I didn't mention this earlier, but when she was like, they were both freaking out in the office, and when they first met, she lost her accent. Like her accent was gone.
Oh, yeah, it comes and goes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's wacky. A wacky professor.
You know what fucked me up, though, guys? She actually reminded me of a coworker. So the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, boy.
Ooh. So she's there, she's drunk. Mom shows up to talk to her more about her missing, presumed dead husband, and drunk psychic professor has a barroom vision.
Yeah. What?
What?
Yeah. And she has a vision, real quick, nothing that's gonna explain anything to us, but she has a vision about the husband and the shooting, and it's just flashes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Because wasn't there like he was there for a conference about guns?
Okay.
something like
Can we
that.
just mention he was there to do a speech on constitutional rights, but in a movie theater, which I was, and on gun ownership, and I said, "Oh dear God, please don't go into this more movie." And then the other thing, and then later she says, "Why did you go to that stupid horror movie?" What did he do at the theater? It's never clear.
And we only find out that she hates horror movies. And okay, so like she has that thing where she says she hates horror movies. She's talking to the nanny about her husband.
Fran Drescher.
Oh my God, would that it
I'll
would have made the
behave.
movie at least 5% more watchable.
Oh no, it looks like you lost your husband to karate.
It's a Hanukkah Christmas karate miracle. And this was the next thing that this got me really like. I thought the edibles were kicking in super hard because the kid has a cell phone dream where he talks to Martin Kove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I do not know what is going on. And I don't think I'm supposed to. I don't think anybody's supposed to when they watch this movie.
No, it doesn't make sense. He goes on about like it was your daughter. You gave her the theater. It was a miracle on her birthday. And I said, "What are you talking about?" I was close to having a panic attack just because I could not make heads or tails out of this.
Yeah.
I said, "Is there something wrong with me?" I paused it a couple times and I looked at Mariah. I was like, "Do you understand any of this?"
Said no.
And she looked.
Well, it was actually at this point where I noted this is like a karate stroke victim wrote a Christmas movie.
Accurate. Yeah.
Oh man. So, and then Abby at this point is also when she's at the bar, she's also drunk acting, which her drunk acting was chef's kiss.
And she's becoming drinking buddies with Psychic Professor.
Yes, who drinks a lot.
Yeah. She got a problem.
She's got
Well, she's got to chase away all the visions she's had over the years, because this is where she gets into like a whole thing. I think this is where she gets into the whole thing about how she not only foresaw what was going to happen to, Jesse's mom, but also what was going to happen to her, and that she had to, leave the love of her life because she had a vision that if she married him, he would die, and all the other visions about people who would die. And, so I'm guessing, she became a law professor and is drinking away the visions.
Yes. Well, I think she only starts drinking again because of Abby's visit, I think.
So really, it's Abby's fault that she
Abby's
that she
responsible
falls off
for
the wagon.
for her relapse, yeah.
She was perfectly fine, teaching law about Santa beating up surfers and greasers, and then Abby shows up, and now she's off. She fell off the wagon, drinking again.
Guys, it is not April 1st. This is a real movie.
Yeah, this happened. All this stuff happened in the movie.
Was this like a money laundering movie or something?
Oh, probably. Good chance of it.
And okay, so I'm really trying to figure out this.
This is the point where I looked at Brendan and I'm like, fucking Nathan is gonna have a hard time writing this plot, because it got like I think they gave up halfway through. Or
They get up. We get. I have a note here. Is she Doctor Who cosplaying? Because Drunken Professor Psychic has like this full on like mid 80s Doctor Who look going with the scarf and everything.
The duster, yeah.
Yeah. And then she starts talking, and I got a little confused because when she started talking about the whole thing about the husbands and the visions and the husband would die, I was like, did she know Bob? Was she married to Bob? Did she leave Bob because Bob was going to die? And then she got married, and then luckily there was just a brief moment of clarity where I managed to figure out, no, she's talking about her own ex-boyfriend,
Right.
whom she left. Okay, cool, got it.
Who she then runs into,
At
and is
the bar.
very much alive with his new wife.
And he has a boy at home.
Is that here because I have haunted gazebo?
I don't know.
That's no.
Oh no, because mom was supposed to go to like a presentation about the applesauce being the next Jello, and psychic professor lady shows up and it's like, no, you gotta come with me. You gotta come with me. You gotta say something. And there's a plaque in a gazebo that Bob helped build. And because of that, she missed her meeting, but she found out that Bob was really generous and giving with his time. But she would have known that. Okay, and then there's this... All right, so then there's this other discussion where she's talking about fairy tales, and we find out that she's creeped out by Grimm's fairy tales. And she asks, who comes up with these things? And I was like, the Brothers Grimm. It's in the title.
Yep.
Is that weird? Like she goes into the car and it's like CCV, like it's like it looks like security cam footage, and like they get into the car and she's like creepy, like just going on. I think it was about the horror movies. Is that what it was?
The fairy tales.
Fairy
she was
tales,
creeped out
right.
by fairy tales. Yeah. And then Jesse's going for his red belt, which, again, the kid would not be ranking up this quickly.
It's Christmas, man.
But he needs to rank up this quickly, not only to get his dad back, but also so he can have karate belt garland around the tree.
Oh shit.
Because their whole tree is done up, and the garland is the different belts that he has gotten in karate.
That was the best reveal in this whole movie. It's like, oh, imagine if but because he did that, like his dad did come back, but came back as a Christmas tree.
My God. He's like, I don't know if you've ever seen the episode of Mrs. Brown's Boys where she gets a talking Christmas tree, and he's wishing people Merry Christmas, just randomly yelling stuff. I was like, that'd be great if that was the case.
Doesn't Abby at this point paint the birdhouse, and then the hilariously,
and the kid's like, looks like an idiot painted it.
Well, basically, because Jesse comes down to look at it, and he doesn't talk, remember, because he's not talking, but he gives her this look that's like, oh, you scamp, you tried.
An attempt was made, is what that face says.
Yeah, and then hugs her and walks away, and I said, this kid is going to kill someone.
Yeah. This is the next mass shooter.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Well, keep up the tradition of dark jokes on Christmas episodes.
Oh, right. What was that one that you made during I'll
Shut
Be Home
up!
for Christmas?
Refer to some sort of event.
Knock it off. It never
Did or
happened.
didn't happen?
Oh.
I'm just joking. I'm joking. I wanted to... Oh, that's
Okay.
great. Perfect.
Anyhow.
All right, calm down over there, Kanye.
We then cut to Abby's boss being upset that she missed that meeting, and this is when I first realized that Abby's boss looks like Ben Foster's less talented cousin. Ben Foster, there's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't done a lot in a while.
That's too bad. He's a good actor.
Agreed.
Yeah. I hate to find out if something terrible happened and we just never flew him under the radar.
Oh my
No.
God. Or he dies like in a couple days.
Oh, please don't die.
Stop
Ben
it!
Foster.
No! What is wrong with you?
Oh, we've done that a lot, though, Nathan.
Meatloaf, the Queen. Who else? We were talking about Aaron Carter and then he died.
Yeah.
We were talking about you. We were talking about Aaron Carter.
No, it was just Brendan and I.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No,
That's
I
just
know.
he came
But
up.
very weird that we randomly brought up Aaron Carter for no reason
A
at
few
all.
hours later, he died.
I've never just been like, hey, what about Aaron Carter? And then later that evening, Aaron Carter dead at 29. What?
He was like 31.
He was 29?
He wasn't 29. He was like in his
Oh, whatever. Who cares?
You're saying because you went to a concert. You went to an Aaron Carter.
Okay, can we go back
Anyway,
to the movie?
sorry.
You went to an Aaron Carter concert? No,
When I
we're
was a
talking about this for
child.
the next 2 hours.
All right. He played, yes, he played basketball on the stage. Can we get back to the movie?
And now he's
You
dead.
mean we cover
so.
that Aaron Carter movie? You didn't mention that you went to one of his concerts?
We didn't talk about an Aaron Carter movie.
I thought we did an Aaron Carter movie.
No. Okay, we gotta go. Let's go back to the cats getting crazy.
Killing me here. I'm pretty positive we did.
We didn't. Supercross, we never talked about it.
Not Supercross.
No.
There was another movie that he did, wasn't there?
Fuck
I'm looking
you,
at his.
future
No,
Brendan.
no, I'm looking at his filmography. We have not seen any of his movies.
I'm looking there.
I'm staring at it right now.
You keep staring at it right now. Pop Star.
That's not the same one.
Didn't we do that one?
No. No, we did not.
When she finds out her new friend is a pop star.
No, we have never talked about that
Mandela
movie.
effect.
I have talked to somebody extensively about this movie,
You
and
may
I've
have.
seen this movie.
I have
Maybe you
never
did it
even...
with Steve, like another podcast.
Anyhow, so where do we leave off? Yeah, the mom. Oh yeah, Ben Foster's cousin, and then I have this note. What the hell is she on about? Frosty? What?
Oh,
She's doing another
talking
thing
about
where she's doing the law class thing.
the
where
teacher's
she's talking
doing
about,
another Christmas.
Oh yeah,
example.
to one student.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one student in the class, and I thought the joke was going to be like, I thought there was going to be a joke like, oh, I'm that interesting, or oh, I guess everybody decided to drop out. But there's no joke. It's just I guess the extras didn't show up at the last second, and the filmmakers hoped no one would think it was weird. Maybe just don't cut to the people in the crowd. Like, just don't cut to the one person in the class.
Well, she does make the joke about how about the one girl who stuck around till the end, and she's gonna get extra credit for it.
I feel like they wrote that because the extras didn't show up.
More than likely, yes.
Have we we haven't got to the point where
The kind of racist Zoom class.
yes, that's oh my god, it's so
No, that's
fucked
later.
up.
That's later.
Oh.
That's not yet.
That's what I have next. After the hell, what the hell is she on about? Frosty? And then we cut. You do cut to her. She's supposed to be doing like a Christmas Eve Zoom class with like folks from India.
Oh my god, and it's just literally just footage of like them playing cricket.
It's blurry footage of like people running around, and then you hear, I'm not going to do it, but you hear like a generic foreign language being spoken over the speaker.
I think it's just gibberish.
I'm certain that it is.
We don't have too much time to fret and clutch pearls about this quasi-racist Zoom class because we get another dream sequence / vision.
Oh, can I just say though, how hard would it have been to just get a bunch of people on a Zoom call and just cut to that rather than cutting to this blurry
Yeah, it's the
footage?
thing that
Zoom
was
calls, Zoom classes weren't a thing at the time. It was before the pandemic.
right.
Oh yeah, Zoom didn't exist in 2019.
I'm saying it existed, but it wasn't as common. No one would have thought to do it.
Okay, but they could have cut to like a Skype. I don't know. Unfriended came out before the pandemic.
I
They
think
could
it's
have done
just so funny. The fact that it was so funny is not obviously it was just because it was so fucking ridiculous. Like what were they thinking? Like sorry, but
Not yet.
sorry,
Not
but like
yet.
what were the people thinking when they did that?
Still
Like,
too
made
close.
that? Sorry, cut it, future Brendan. I'll say that at the end.
Okay. And then again, we're treated to the concept that I don't know, Bob's alive. You know what? Let's just drink. Let's drink. Because then she's gonna get drunk again with Professor Psychic Lady.
And she says, yeah.
And I think this is where she runs into her former fiance at the bar.
Right,
Yes.
because this is the moment where, because the whole time she's thought that Bob is still alive, but when she sees her fiance, she's like, oh, maybe it was my fiance that I was seeing that was still alive. Bob could be dead. My bad.
Right.
Sorry.
And she has
Sorry,
this
not sorry.
this whole protracted conversation with Bob and not Bob, but her Mark. Is that his name? Mark. And his current wife, and he's like really uncomfortably off-put by all of this, and the wife's like, "Oh, that's nice. How are you? We should get together sometime." Not reading the responses at all from her husband.
He's like, "You told me I was gonna die in a vision, and we had to break up. I'm not ready to.
I have moved on.
I'm not ready to just casually chat with you again."
And again, the wife is just like, "That's so nice. I've heard so much about you." So they kind of that whole thing is awkwardly done, and the psychic lady is really in a tizzy now because she might think that Bob actually is dead because my former fiance is still alive, she thought she heard Bob's voice out in the bar.
Yeah.
So what do you instinctively do? I'm going to head to the can that's far away from the bar and go in there behind the door that would have muffled the sound, preventing me from hearing his voice as clearly as I did out in the bar.
And this is the best actor in the whole movie.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's not Bob.
The guy that's what does he say?
Do I look like Bob? I don't know. Probably something like
You're
that.
thinking about Jay.
No. Do I look like a Bob?
No.
Like
The
Bob's
guy.
Burgers?
No. What? No, the guy that she passes by on the way to the bathroom. That's just like, oh, sorry. That is the best actor in the movie.
Okay.
I mean,
not
good
Martin
line
Kove
reading,
or Eric Roberts.
solid line reading. Oh, I didn't say.
He wasn't even the movie.
I didn't say the best actor that was in this movie. Sorry, the best actor in this movie. The best performance.
Okay.
Like on a set.
All right.
Well, he was in Eric Roberts was on a set. He was on the.
Yeah, but he wasn't involved in he wasn't
He was
there.
in his kitchen.
He was on it. It was on his kitchen set.
Yeah.
He dressed it up for the movie. All right, so this is like the final scene here.
Yeah, we're rounding the belt. We're rounding the corner because we're going to the belt test.
Yes, which
Where
you can do at home.
Apparently,
Yeah.
you know, I would buy that if this movie was made in 2021.
Right.
Where like you can virtually test for your black belt, but I mean it's 2019. The world was still fine-ish, and you would have had to have tested in person.
But if you cut to a Zoom call of the instructor watching him do the belt test, it would probably be like just a bunch of people running in a field or something.
Yeah, and then how does he pass his black belt test? Oh, you got to break this board. That's simple.
And then immediately his father casually walks through the door.
Yeah, good
You
thing
did
it's
it.
not locked.
And I immediately wrote, "What the fuck?"
He walks in and says, "You're a black belt, Jesse. You did it. You did it. You brought me back to life." It's like Neil Breen reading.
Credits.
That's it.
No explanation to where Bob's been for the last year.
And she's like, it's a Christmas miracle. That's what she said.
That's it.
And a missed opportunity for her to say the title of the fucking movie.
It's a karate Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
And then Mariah gives me fucking rib injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie just ends. He breaks the board, and the dad walks in the most casual way. No one is like, holy fuck, a ghost? And
Where was he for a year? Where was he?
Or somebody who was just released by his captors.
yeah, like, was he just waiting outside for his cue? Which, by the way they filmed it, it looked a lot like he was standing there waiting. That's just how it ends. There's no explanation. There's no payoff. What did Eric Roberts and Martin Kove have to do with it? Nothing.
Not at all. None of
This is
that's paid off.
A clusterfuck.
We don't find out that, Eric Roberts was eventually brought to justice because of the hard work of psychic professor lady. We don't find out that Martin Kove finds closure about his daughter being shot in a theater that he just gave to her because of the work of Jesse, his mom, and psychic professor lady. None of that.
Here's the thing. I don't even know if either of them are real. Like, that's how much the movie explains.
So,
Yeah. She did get shot though.
What?
She did get shot though. She was in the hospital.
Sure.
But this hospital didn't have carpet.
So
Like
how
in
do you?
every
So
movie.
yeah. So how could it even be real then?
Get out of here. We are done. Done with this. I should probably empty that. I'm getting paper all over the place now. So we're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna start with our guest, Mariah. Is this movie? Is it worth a watch? A drunk watch with friends? Are you going to attempt head trauma to forget it, or avoid it like the plague?
Attempt head trauma.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely, because I would not want to watch this drunk because that would scare me and I would have to go to the hospital because I think I was having a stroke. So, yeah, no, that's attempt head trauma for me for sure.
I will say that I was pretty toasted and watching this movie.
Yeah, you're fucked up. I was like, what's wrong?
I had a couple pre-drinks, and then I had a couple during drinks, and I had a good time. So I gotta say it's a drunk watch in that case, because I was also getting a kick out of every awkward dialogue delivery just tickled me. So I'm gonna say drunk watch with friends.
Okay. Well, personally myself, if I never see it again, it'll be too soon. But I'm not gonna go full throttle. I think I'm gonna be more aligned with Mariah, where I'll attempt head trauma to forget it.
Yeah.
It's not so egregious, but you can derive some unintentional laughs out of it. But again,
You bet I can.
but still,
It's not
it's
just like,
it's not good.
we like to watch Neil Breen movies because it's so bad it's good. The Room, so bad it's good. Birdemic, so bad it's good. This is just fucking bad. This has made me mad. Like it just like it insulted my intelligence.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'll watch a Breen over this any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But and if I hadn't have been drinking watching this, maybe that wouldn't be my recommendation. But because I was already drinking and I was enjoying myself to some degree, I have to just be accurate. I have to call it fair and balanced like Fox News and say drunk watch with friends.
Okay, and that's fine.
I'm gonna make you watch it sober. Wait, you did watch it sober a few years ago.
I watched it sober, and I remember also sending a lot of clips to friends while I was watching it.
Yeah, you also share. I'm pretty sure you shared the ending with me and Monica.
I did, because the casual way he walks in is magical.
Because it was a magical day.
It was a magical day. We need to watch another Breen movie sometime soon.
Oh my god.
February's coming up.
So there you go. We've got 2 head traumas and a drunk watch with friends.
Sounds like a good time.
Sounds like a really great time, actually. But guys, we got to take a really quick break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial, because like I always say, things have dials. We'll be right back.
What were they thinking?
NPR bot, please initiate NPR protocol.
Have a karate Christmas. Have a karate Christmas. Have a karate Christmas. And fuck you.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say Jiu-Jitsu New Year, but I guess I was wrong.
He's got an attitude. What can I say?
It's maybe he could be visited by 3 ghost robots.
3 Miloshes.
Well, no, I mean, it would be Milo should be like the Jacob Marley in that situation.
Okay.
But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, is the time of the podcast where we like to wax a bit poetical, but not in a rhyming couplet or even a prose kind of way. No, it's time now for the low haiku. And Brendan, just in case this episode is the coal in somebody's stocking for the first time, and they've listened to us around Christmas to bring up their spirits. Explain to them exactly what the low haiku is all about.
Well, the low haiku consists of 17 syllables, You would argue maybe perfect syllables. And these syllables are used to break down the film that we just discussed for considerably more than 17 syllables.
Oh, yes, that's considerably.
Yeah, as much as best as we could.
And as is our tradition, we will defer to our host, not our host, but rather our guest, to lead us off.
1, 2. Is this on? Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Triple H. Okay, I just want to get ready. Okay. Sort of racist prof. Oh, I'm having a vision. Kevin McLeod.
Okay, very good, very good. And Brendan, do you have a nice bit of poetry for us?
Yes, I do. This represents my frustration while watching it at times. Karate Christmas. What the fuck is happening? I don't even know.
Okay, very good, very good. All right. Mine addresses a quibble that I had with the movie that I feel that we only kind of talked about momentarily and didn't expand upon as much as I'd like to, but it is as follows. Mixed up martial arts. Jiu-jitsu, not karate. It's Christmas, I guess. Thank you. And NPR bot, if you could please initiate exit protocol. Thank you.
Bleep, blorp, whatever.
You know what? I'll take it. It's a karate Christmas miracle. You didn't swear.
Shit, yeah.
Oh, god damn it. NPR bot.
When did you start
go to your
doing
closet.
like the NPR bot?
Don't ask. I don't know. A while ago.
Oh.
Don't break the fourth wall there, Mariah. Jeez.
Just add the
Milos built him for us so that
Aw.
it didn't hurt every
Yeah.
time he went into and came out of NPR mode. But as of late, for the last couple of months, something's wrong with his programming, and he's referencing the movies we've talked about and picking the most sweary lines in the movies to reference. So
yes.
now you're caught up, Mariah.
There you
That's what's
go.
going on with NPR Pod.
All right,
Thanks for listening to the show. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're out of NPR mode, and but I mean, we've kind of talked about this, but I mean, you know what you might be thinking? You know what? These guys might be filthy, disgusting liars. And we don't want you to think that we're filthy, disgusting liars. So much so that we have a little thing that we actually, you know, maybe we should put on a T-shirt. Maybe, I don't know. But what's that saying that I think that we should maybe like put on a T-shirt or baseball caps and maybe business cards?
Well, that saying is...
Don't take a word for it.
Yeah, that's right. Don't take our word for it. Although you kind of might, because there's nothing on the tomatoes.
Sorry.
But we strive to deliver to our audience. So we will be braving IMDb and Letterboxd to bring you the reviews that the audience has, because there's not a critic in the world who would have reviewed this thing. Now, Brendan, you're covering Letterboxd, is that correct? Do they have a if you liked this section on Letterboxd? Because if they don't, Brendan, if they don't have a section where if you might like that, if you like this, you might like, you know, these things. Over on IMDb, they have a little section more like this. And the first thing in the more like this category is a wrestling Christmas miracle. Also apparently more like this, which I think is a bold-faced lie, is the Karate Kid trilogy and the Karate Kid cartoon, which is a thing.
The only reason is because Martin Kove.
I sure, I guess. Or the movie Where Hope Grows, Holiday in Handcuffs, Spy Mate, One that we've covered on the show before, Saving Christmas. The Three Dogketeers. Karate Dog, starring Chevy Chase and Jamie Priestley. And also, finally, Rice Girl with Joe Estevez and Pat Morita. And I'm sure it's not thoroughly racist at all.
No, certainly not a movie called Rice Girl co-starring Pat Morita. How could that be racist?
Yeah.
Well, Nathan, I got to tell you what the people on the box of letters are saying.
Okay.
This review comes from Uncle Chet, who gives it 5 stars. The very last pre-COVID movie masterpiece. I give this film 5 bags of popcorn and 2 bags of soda.
What bags of soda?
Yeah, it's like the what they put the syrup in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, he must be Canadian. You know how we have bags of milk. Okay, well, my first one is a positive one as well. One of the few that I found, and it's from Nathan Boyque, and he wrote it in December of 2021, and writes, "Totally insane. If you enjoyed The Room, you may get a kick out of it. The clown mass shooting was truly unexpected twist. Not a well-made movie, but the production quality isn't so bad that it is difficult to watch. This is an altogether different variety of bad Christmas movie than the usual romantic fare. 8 out of 10, and 2 out of 2 people found this helpful."
This movie is a stunning, moving drama, comedy, and mysterious one of this film is. For everyone struggling with the death of a family member or a friend in a mass shooting can take a small amount of faith of the 12 karate tasks that bring their loved one back from the dead. I won't spoil the end, but let's just say there is a karate Christmas miracle. Amazon Prime again delivers with a brilliant addition to the platform. I'm sure Netflix and other platforms will be turning out the cash for a chance to stream this one. A lot of crying at the end, and I had to leave this review, so I had so that I can look back at the first time this movie broke my heart. ... in brackets, rest in peace, R.I.P. mass shooting the victims.
Wow. That's... wow.
All right, my next one comes from Darth Slug, who gives it 4.5 stars. The biggest miracle is that this movie was ever made and has Eric Roberts and Martin Kove in it. And this is a reveal, I hope, a real one. But I guess that Ken Del Vecchio bought the actors by giving them prizes at his movie festival.
Like a sandwich that didn't even have a bite of it?
I don't know. I guess that's the director. Don't know.
Okay. Well, my next one comes from an unpronounceable string of letters. VHW VJBCFY, and they write, "Horrendous acting. Looks like it was filmed by a 10-year-old on an iPhone 5. Storyline makes absolutely no sense, and there's so much random stuff going on all at once. Special effects are horrible." There were special effects. "Dumb ending. Audio is weird at some points. Very stupid. If you want to watch a horrible Christmas movie, you found it. 1 out of 10.
So this one is from CRQMSH. It was written on July 7th, 2021. It says the title is called Better Than Endgame. It says, for having a $1.5 million budget.
What?
This movie is trash. Don't waste, but they spelled waste like your waist. Your time. 1 out of 10.
No, that's right. Oh, you like your body part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. It said it's better than Endgame,
yeah,
but it gave it a 1 star and tried to tell me it's a $1.5 million budget.
No, it is. It literally, that's not the first thing I've seen here that's a $1.5 million budget.
Okay, so to answer your question earlier, yes, it is a money laundering scheme.
Karate.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a very the producers type situation.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will finish it off. I'll finish off my reviews here with a one from Screen Man, who gives it 4 stars, and this is pretty apt. He simply says, "If Michael Scott directed a Christmas movie."
My last one comes from a truly inspired user ID. Trump is a hump.
Wow. Okay.
And they simply titled the review, "Oh my." And they write, "If the budget for this was any more than the cost of SD cards for the terrible quality camcorders this was shot on, they wasted every penny of it. What a steaming turd. 1 out of 10.
Was that review written by George Takei?
I certainly hope it was. I mean, Trump is a hump and leads with, "Oh my."
I just want to mention that Mariah just confirmed on IMDb it does list its budget at $1.5 million.
So back to what I said about the money laundering.
Yeah.
So we've waxed poetical, and we've told you what the audience says, because the critics had nothing to say about this fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna stop talking about the bad stuff, and we're gonna talk about the stuff that we like, the stuff that we're having fun watching and checking out. It's the dance sensation that's sweeping the nation. That's right, it's time for What You Watching, Bud?
What you watching, bud? I don't know what you're watching, bud. I'll tell you so. Do 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 do.
So, Mariah, since you're our guest, what you watching, bud?
All right, bud. So what I'm watching is, you probably think that I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race, but no, I'm not.
Probably.
Because they don't have anything on.
RuPaul's Drag Race Canada.
Yep. Was it Paul Rudd's Drag Race? I'm actually
I'd watch
watching
that.
Handmaid's Tale. I'm on season 2 right now, and yeah, it's an intense show, but I'm on season 2, episode 7. It's getting crazy, and I want to binge the whole thing, and that's what I'm watching.
Okay. Well, Brendan, the question is to you. What you watching, bud?
Well, Nathan, I took a little trip to the cinema recently.
Ooh.
Yeah, to the Cineplex. Ooh, fancy la-di-da. And I saw a new film that just came out called The Menu. I
want to see that.
It's real good. It's about a bunch of people who get invited to this very exclusive restaurant run by a chef played by Ray Fiennes, who, I mean, come on, you know right away that there's something else going on.
He's
there.
the bad guy. You're the bad guy. You're Ray Fiennes. You're the bad guy.
It also has the great Anya Taylor-Joy, has Nicholas Hoult playing an absolute horrible person. He's just the shittiest. You'll see. And I will just say, not to make a pun or anything, but the movie is best served without knowing too many details beforehand. So I will remain mum on that situation.
Okay, I've got my suspicions, but
what about you, bud? What you watching?
Well, me, what am I watching? I've kind of I'm checking out something now that I'll say I've slept on, but I haven't also felt any sort of real desire to like actually actively seek out and watch it.
Howard the Duck.
Oh my god, I've seen that so many times. That's not going to fall into that category. No, my oldest has recently gotten into the show Supernatural, with Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. Fun names to say.
They are.
And she approached me like I'd never heard of this show. I'd never really watched the show at all, really, but knew it was good, and a lot of folks had recommended it to me before, figuring I would enjoy it just because of the content. And so I figure I'd give her the win and let her feel like she, kind of switched me on to something new and different. And so we started watching it, and yeah, I'm actually having a pretty good time watching the first season of Supernatural. And if it keeps up, it's like X-Files meets Psych. It would be the best way for me to describe it if anybody who's never seen it, which I think is kind of ridiculous at this time. But I mean, again, I hadn't seen it, so. But again, having a good time with it. Supernatural. It's on Prime. Like, I think every episode's there.
There's a lot.
Yeah, like 15 seasons.
At
If you've
least.
slept on it, yeah, pull the trigger. You're going to have a good time for the first, as my daughter said to me, for the first 5 or so, you're going to have a real good time. And then you're going to have to slog through seasons 6 and 7 before it starts getting good again.
I've heard that too. I've heard there's ebbs and flows once you start getting a little further into it.
Well, not to be outdone by her dad, who's often, spouting mindless, trivial things about a show that he's trying to get somebody interested in. She actually said to me, season 5 was supposed to be the last season, but then people liked it so much that they figured they'd just keep making more, and that's why season 6 and season 7 aren't very good. But if you can get through them, you're really going to have a good time after that, because it does get a lot better afterwards. So, thank you, Cheyenne.
There you go. So Supernatural.
Yeah.
Well, what about Montrose? Does he have a few things he'd like to say?
I'm sure he would. If you just give me one moment, I will get him.
Okay.
Hello, it's good friend Montrose Monkington III here, and I would just like to take this time to not only wish all of you, a happy Christmas, and a very joyous New Year, but also just to invite you to my YouTube channel, Montrose Monkington TV, at the YouTube handle at Montrose III. It's a very new thing with them, but still, it may sound familiar. That's number 3 RD, by the way. And then you can be friends with me on the Facebook group, Montrose Monkington III Esquire and Friends. And then finally, you can tweet it to me on your Twitter devices with the tag at Montrose III. That's the number 3 RD. Thank you. More later. Yeah.
Thank you, Montrose.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas to you. So that's it, man. Yeah, we've got a happy Christmas from Montrose. We've talked about the things that we're watching. We've did the reviews, and I just want to say thanks again to Mariah for coming out for another Christmas. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Wiesenthal Institute isn't going to be after us for this episode. But yeah, you know what, Brendan? You've got this down to a science. Tell the folks where they can find us and get our merch and all that sort of stuff.
Well, if you want to find us, our home base as far as podcast episodes are concerned is at Age of Radio.
Big time!
You can go to ageofradio.org/whatweretheythinking. You can find us on all the podcast apps, of course. Just search for us and we're there. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter and Instagram at WWTT Podcast. You can find us on Redbubble and TeePublic and Patreon.com/WWTT Podcast. But I guess at this point, I mean, God, questions. I have questions.
Well, you know what? I will do my absolute level best to answer them, but I have crumpled up my notes, so proceed.
Well, in a movie,
maybe
in a thing that was put on some sort of video medium.
Okay, I'll take that.
Where you have Eric Roberts,
and
Martin Kove,
right?
And you just kind of put them in scenes. You don't really give them a reason for being there, so to speak. That makes sense.
No, not really. No.
In a movie that, in a movie where they're definitely doing karate, and it's right in the title, and that's what they're doing, and it's karate.
Jiu-jitsu.
In a movie that, in a family Christmas movie, which starts off by mentioning that there was a movie theater mass shooting and references a real mass shooting in Colorado, quite a well-known one.
Seems what you'd like the thing you do in a Christmas movie
for kids, yeah, especially.
It's for the kids.
And in a movie that inexplicably cost $1.5 million. I got a question on my mind, man.
Does it involve the Russian mafia and money laundering?
I mean, yeah. But I also want to
Okay.
know what were they thinking?
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought